I don't know what happened.
I think you're on.
Are you guys good? Damn, something happened to the internet there real quick. My bad. Is it good now?
Yep.
All right. Anthony is stream with audio only. Okay. Well, anyways, it's Keeping It Real. It's episode number 86. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a pretty awesome guest here in just a few minutes. So without any further hesitation, we are going to do the K Socialized Media intro for Keeping It Rio. Oh, there we go, ladies and gentlemen, coming at you live. We got Chuck and Jeremy, and we do have Ant down here at the bottom, but he's audio only at the moment. And it is episode 86 of Keeping It Real. How's it going?
It's going good. What's going on, Chuck?
And not too bad, not too bad. I see you got on a little Atlas Get a Life. Is that the Atlas Scotch Guard Rio Blanco that was courtesy of our great friend, Mr. Brad Bellamy of Atlas? And it looks like you're also sporting a, looks like maybe Southern Shingles. Representing all of our favorite brands, ladies and gentlemen. I got Primeline Tools, big time. And hopefully maybe at some point, Mr. Big Time will see that and be like, hey, buddy, here's some love. Just got a text here. My internet had to restart. Be right with you. Our guest will be here momentarily, which is going to be a great one. So what is going on with you today, Jeremy? How's everything going, man? You got any news, anything big happening today over at Rio Blanco? What's the day been?
Man, day's been good. Just kickstarting it up again and trying to generate momentum organically and just, you know, get our name out there a little bit more than usual. So
I know, dude. We try to get our name out there pretty heavily for sure. Yeah. No doubt about that. Yep. Pretty sure like the whole thing is based on that, but we're doing a good job. And today I launched a new initiative, which was the Rio Blanco Roofing and Solar Community Outreach Program that we're doing for the next 30 days.
For sure.
And for 30 days, I'm going to be reaching out to local churches and offering to do free roof assessments for them to make sure that the roofs are in good shape and that there's nothing that could possibly be an issue that could be avoided now. And that's because we want to do something nice and give back just because we have Rio Blanco as a vehicle to do so. And we think it's a cool thing to do. So that's what I was doing today. I went and did a couple inspections on some church. They were in good shape, little metal job going on. No worries, but it's kind of cool to be able to do that. So if anybody in San Antonio has a church that you'd like to have a free assessment,
that 833,
yeah, 833 Rio ASAP, right?
Yes, sir.
What about you? We got something pretty big going on tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we're going to go look at a couple of another commercial deal, some nursing homes to kind of the same thing, just make sure they have a peace of mind, give them a good bill of health if they got a good bill of health on that roof, and, you know, catch any problems before they could become big problems and maintain it for them. So definitely going to do the same thing, kind of take care of the community a little bit more.
Yep. It's what we do. We hook people up because that's just what we like to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a very special guest in the house this evening on Keeping It Rio. Oh, look, we just got mentioned by Kendrick Robinson, too, which I will share that just momentarily. Let's see. Real quick, let's see what we got here. We got Happy Thursday, Chuck and Jeremy from Kendrick. Hey. Kendrick, Mr. Mercedes, we appreciate you. We'd like to welcome our special guest to Keeping It Rio, episode number 86. Ladies and gentlemen, the queen of social media branding herself. Dun, dun, dun. Hey, Leeann Koppel. Leeann, what's going on? Hey, look, check this out. Look who else is here. It's Ant. Oh, look, it's Ant with this. It's this Ant. We like him the best. This Ant's the funniest one.
That is magic.
The one that just sits. Oh, this guy is magic. It's DJ Ant from San Antonio.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe you're on episode 86.
86, and we got 87 that's coming out on Tuesday, which is Dale Childress Jr., the master closer. And then
before, and he's pretty legit. I've actually took some notes and from the last conference, and I actually told it to some of like our branch managers and sales guys to try. And he has some really good tips and tricks.
Yeah, it was a good 1 hour episode of Keeping It Real. We did it like 2 days ago. I think it was weird because your husband Clint was here and he like showed up kind of unexpectedly. And I was like just getting ready to start doing the Keeping It Real. So he drove like 5 hours to get here and then had to wait an extra hour, which was kind of jacked up. But
it's on
what are you
him.
gonna do? What are you gonna do? I didn't know. So it was a lot of fun though, and that'll be on Tuesday. And then tomorrow, actually, I got Stan Bastic, who's the vice president of marketing and sales for Atlas, which is like the face of Atlas. So that'll be a pretty good episode. But that's like the warm up because the main event is right now, which is Leeann, the queen of social media branding. If you look up at the top of the corner, every single episode, you see the K Socialized Media. And also know that every single episode, somebody gives a shout out to this guy right here, which is Chris Carpenter, for his intro video. And his intro video has gotten love from every single guest we've had. And we've had like the sales evangelist. We've had like, you know, all the main people in the world, and they all love Chris. So nice job.
Chris is definitely the man.
He sends me messages. He'll like take clips of your video and of them like hyping him up and saying how cool he is, and he'll send them to me in Messenger, and he's like, "Oh, check it out."
I send those to him every single time. I love doing that because it's funny because it's so true though. Everybody says that's like the best one, and I don't disagree one bit because it's K Socialized Media, the best of the best, right?
Well, I appreciate it because, you know, he's a behind the scenes person, same with like my content creators, and they don't really get the love. The brand or image is the one that's really highlighted and spotlighted every time. So I appreciate when you shout us out every time. I really appreciate that. But also when they mention and kind of give my team props because they deserve it too.
Yeah, it's the best social media team in the industry. And I always say, you know, like our stuff is always on point. And that's probably the most valuable thing that Rio Blanco has. So we appreciate that big time because it is the best, right?
It is.
Yep. So, Leeann, you got some pretty big accomplishments coming up here over the next, like, 7 to 10 days. A couple different things. Like, I don't know which one you'd like to talk about first, but I think the first one I'd like to talk about is what you're going to finish, I think, tomorrow.
Yeah, 75 hard. Oh my gosh. Which I just finished my workout, so I'm like gross right now. I have my second workout
We all
to my floor later, and then I'll finish out today, and then I have tomorrow to finish. And I cannot believe I've actually done it.
Man. That's amazing because I do believe it, because the truth of the matter is I remember, like, I don't even know how many days ago it was, but you guys were in College Station staying at the hotel there. And I came over to hang out and everybody was in the swimming pool, and Leeann was like doing laps of like lunges and stuff for like a legit 45 minutes. So I know that you've been doing it the entire time. And like, I don't think I know anybody that's really like done it the whole way. So you're a trailblazer, my friend. Congratulations.
And it was 104 degrees that day too. Ooh. I've done it in the rain, the heat. I've done it. It's just wild. I can't believe it. Like, and it's been harder than I thought it would be. Like when going into it, I was like, I got this. Like 75 days. Come on, that will go by so fast.
It doesn't seem like that much, does it? Until like the fourth day, and then you're like, oh damn.
Yeah. And even now, like yesterday, I was dreading it, and I didn't want to finish, and I was just like, freak. I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss on here, but I just
in social media. It's in association with K Socialized Media, so whatever parameters you set are yours to set.
Well, I wanted to say, fuck this.
We say that word all the time. Trust me. I've had some of the best of the business in here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But I mean, I've been pushing through and I have a list of food that I am going to indulge in after this. I have a macaroons lady that I'm going to order my favorite macaroons. I'm going to make my homemade cinnamon rolls. I usually don't bust those out till Christmas. Oh hell no, they're coming out this weekend.
Coming out early.
Oh yes, I'm going to drink a Dr. Pepper. I haven't had a Dr. Pepper in 75 days. Like,
Crispy.
oh my gosh.
You know what's going to happen?
Crack it open.
And you're not going to enjoy it as much now because you're completely free of it. You're gonna feel it. Like,
yes, that's true. Even with
it's gonna end up being a healthy habit because you're gonna find out. You're gonna do it, and you're just gonna be like, oh, like the sugar and everything. I don't feel good. I bet you won't even have Dr. Pepper after that one that you do. Now, I don't try to ruin the parade, but you know that's probably gonna happen, right?
I just want to be able to do it because I can.
Exactly.
Like I have the choice.
It's like I'm gonna go have like some Bud Lights, you know, like
yeah.
for sure.
Oh, I want a margarita. Oh, with some like boy on the rim and tahini on it, and like, ooh, a watermelon margarita. I don't know why
I'm having one of these candies right now, as a matter of fact.
Oh yes. Oh, I want some of that. Ruby's here in Tyler. They have the Mexican candy. I went by there today to grab some for when I'm finished. My favorite.
Gotta prepare.
Yeah, I had it, the Gushers. Oh, with the tahini and the chamoy on it. Oh my gosh, it completes my heart so much.
There you go. I agree 100%. I've definitely adapted to that thanks to Jeremy and Ant. He bought this giant bag of these damn things, and like, if you leave anything around and I'm here, it's over.
Yeah.
But anyways, that is an amazing feat. Number one, because I don't know anybody else that did it. So congratulations for that, because you are a beast for sure. And then I want to also say you've got another event coming up next week.
Yes.
Why don't you tell the Keepin It Rio audience a little bit about what you're doing, because it's pretty badass.
It is. I'm excited. So next week we have our Storm event, and it's a conference in Denver, Colorado. It's actually going to be held at the Empower Field, so the Broncos Stadium, and there's a lot of really good speakers, and there's only 4 women speaking, and I'm one of them. So I'm really excited. I was nervous at first because I had a whole, speech planned and everything. And then I got some input from our fellow leaders and our mentor, Mike Code, and like totally turned me for a loop on what people actually want to hear from me, and that they want to hear me actually like hear my story. They always connect with that. So I kind of redid my whole entire speech, but now I feel like it's done. I have a presentation. I'm presenting it to ASAP in Rio on Monday, actually, so for some practice beforehand. And I'm excited. It's a story I haven't really shared before, and it ties so perfectly with how you should brand yourself on social media, because you got to share your story to be relatable, and people want to even follow you and see what your journey is all about. So I'm really excited. Really excited.
I think that's awesome. And I can tell you, everybody, without hesitation, that nobody deserves that more, because you do. You're like a pioneer of all kinds of stuff. Like, because we get to be a part of it, we know how awesome you are, Leeann. Like, you do the whole planning for all of our events that we do. There was how many people went to Broken Bow, and you were like, put all that stuff together.
157 people.
157 people. You put the event together. Everybody had a great time. There was like no major problems. Everything was cool.
It was. It's a good one. It was a good trip.
Yeah. Every single year, I got to go do some pretty cool stuff in the last year myself. I got to go to RoofCon with you guys. You put all that stuff together for us, and it's like first class accommodations. I appreciate that very much. We went and had a great time at that, right? And then we went to the other event with Lee Haight with the cage and all that stuff, and Jeremy went. That was awesome, right?
Yep.
Was.
There you go. That's what Leeann does. She's an event planning specialist and the queen of social media branding, right? And what else?
And the retreat. And you went to the retreat with a game themed mansion.
Right? Like so much awesome stuff that I almost forgot about the retreat. And the retreat's in Orlando. And we went there and it was how much? 15 different rooms of like Monopoly, Pac-Man, Twister,
Yes.
Operation. I could not do Operation. I would be like the worst doctor. The thing was huge though. It wasn't like
Your
Operation,
room was the most epic because you were in the Pac-Man room and they had the retro games, like the legit retro games, like Atari, no joke. And I thought that was like their attention to detail at that place was insane.
Oh, that room had not just Atari, it also had Intellivision. I don't know if you guys know about Intellivision, but back in the day, that was like kind of like Atari, like Sega versus Nintendo or whatever type thing.
Right.
And they had all those games too, and it was pretty cool when you see how everything's evolved over the years. But yeah, that was amazing as well. And there was like how many people, like 15 or so that were at the event. It was 3 days. That was probably like the coolest thing I've ever been to. So that's Leeann. If you guys want that, you need K Socialized Media, right?
That's what I do. It's an experience. Life, you need experiences. It's too short. Life is way too short. You gotta live and enjoy and create the memories. And that's my goal forever. And that's what I want to do with this conference next week. When I thought of what I wanted to bring to the table, I thought, you know what? I can be valuable and bring a lot of value, or I could be impactful and impact these people and really, get in there with them. So I'm going to be impactful, hopefully.
Oh, I'm sure. There's no doubt about it. I don't think you realize the impact that you have because it's big. I mean, you got invited to be one of 4 people that are going to be on a stage doing a trailblazing thing. So,
yes, it's exciting.
Yep, no doubt. No doubt. And then something else that I wanted to mention, and Jeremy was part of that when we went to the thing in Fort Lauderdale, was that restaurant that had all the different like
Barton G. Barton G. If you are in Florida, in Miami or Los Angeles, you must go to that restaurant. It is the most unique experience and like just so cool. And the food was freaking phenomenal. I'm so happy I wasn't doing 75 hard then. I promise.
Right? Like at that point, it's like, I'll just start again. No worries. But that was awesome. Yeah, right? We always have cool times and cool experiences. And I've been part of the Rio Blanco and ASAP for 3.5 years. And like, I've got to do some of the coolest stuff that I've ever been able to do. And like, K Socialized Media is a huge part. So we appreciate that very much. And everybody that's at the conference that gets the opportunity to listen to you speak should definitely record the audio and take notes because it's going to be awesome, no doubt.
It'll be awesome. I mean, come on, you've beat up a printer before.
Beat up a printer. I've been a Thanksgiving turkey. I've been shot. I was eaten as a Thanksgiving meal. I was killed when I was Luigi with a lightsaber. And got stabbed and coins came shooting out. Like,
which we
had quite the acting career thanks to K Socialized Media.
Yes, and I have the completed set of Mario costumes just for Rio. I have it like literally in a box here at my house, and I just need to just make my extra trip and come down to Rio and us just film. I even have a Princess Peach costume for me to wear because I needed to.
I thought that was going to be Ant there for a second. He got excited. He was like, yes.
One of you are going to be Bowser. Okay, I got Bowser too.
I got to be Luigi. I mean, that's default. I was already Luigi and I'm loyal. Yeah. He reps the green, so that's pretty good. Yeah, and we've had all kinds of crazy experiences for sure.
Adventures. That's been
something that happened yesterday was funny when Clint came down here. We always talk about the Calfu hot sauce back here.
Yeah.
Which I believe we sent a bottle to Lee Haight, and I'm waiting to see if Lee's going to eat it. I offered $500 to eat it. I don't believe that anybody will ever be able to attain the 500 because Clint and Jeremy, all 3 attempted to eat it. And I'll be honest, I did not try at all because I know. I saw the video where the dude passed out from it, so I was like, nope, not gonna do it. I'll give Clint credit. He went first.
Broke my heart.
That's brave. You know? Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
he was paying for it. I think, he was up till 4 a.m.
See, and he did not have like a huge amount of it. That's what I'm saying. It was like the hottest sauce like on the face of the earth, right?
Jeremy had the most.
Yeah, Jeremy mistakenly poured way too much on his chip, and I have the footage right here if you guys would like to see it.
Bring it up. Let's go.
I already saw it, but I'd love to reminisce and
Okay,
see.
let me see how do I do this? I see it right here, but I don't know where it's at. I don't know how to do this now. It's got like a different screen.
Should take the video of us.
All right, we probably won't see that because I'm so amateur at keeping it real when it comes to video stuff. But it's right here. I see it, but I don't know how to play it on the other screen.
Here.
I'm so confused. Ant, look, see, this is Ant. He's a DJ by trade. He does weddings. He does events. DJ Ant. He's got a cool logo. It says Ant, and he's got like little what are those things like tentacles or whatever. Antennae.
Tentacles.
I think Ant's gonna get the video. Clint ate the cow foo, and he pretty much admitted quickly like he could feel his heartbeat in his head, and it was like, okay, that's not good. So then Jeremy went second, and Jeremy like kind of accidentally he like flinched for a second at the wrong moment, and a whole bunch went on the chip, and dude ate it, right? Because Jeremy, I mean, credit to you, my friend. Like he wasn't backing down.
No, there's no credit. I was hurting.
No, but credit because I didn't even try it. I was not even going to. But Jeremy ate his, and there was a lot, and he played it cool for a minute. I don't know if Ant has the footage yet or not.
Did you send it in a text or is it online?
It's on my Facebook.
Oh,
we might not have it. I got it right here, but I don't know how to play it. I don't know. But anyway, so Jeremy accidentally poured a whole bunch, and it was on camera. So he did, in the name of content, you got to respect it, right? He ate the damn chip. And then after about 10, 15 seconds, you could see a change in his demeanor, like pretty heavy, right? He was like,
I was sweating,
kind of like not saying anything and just kind of hanging out for a minute. All this was in a span of about 45 seconds. And then he's kind of like, yeah, it's good. It's spicy, but not hot. It's like
cool.
And then you hear Clint in the background, and Clint just ate it. So he's the only other human that knows what just happened and can gauge it. And Clint's like, oh my God, I'm going to go get you a water. And he like runs to get water because he knew Jeremy was in danger, right? Then Ant goes, and Ant doesn't even like hot sauce, right? He's clearly stated he doesn't like it, but he's going to do it. He pours some on, he eats it, and Ant within just a couple seconds as well. He was trying to play it off pretty good, like a champ, because he started like reading the ingredients on the bottle, like focusing hard on that. So you could tell that it was pretty, oh, here we go. Let's see. We got DJ Ant. We got Clint. This is going to be good stuff right here, Leanne. You're going to love this. In the name of content.
Jeremy, we're low on fire.
Where is it?
And Clint is going to
see it?
eat it right now.
No, it says click to exit full screen.
Oh, here, let me see.
It's not showing it.
I'm a good friend.
Oh, man, this is so funny, too.
All right,
Here we go. We got Clint Koppel.
Playing all three of them at the same time.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, it was going pretty good there for a second.
Oh, I thought you said it wasn't. That's why I was like, let me kick it off.
It was,
You
but
guys need to just go to Chuck's Facebook page, go to the post, and like it.
yeah, I like the post. I should
Like
put it on the
and
Keepin It
share
Rio
it.
page. That would have been funny. But they all ate it, and after we left, Clint and I had to go do something. We were gone for like an hour, and we came back. Jeremy was like clearly
Come here,
disheveled.
Christopher.
What?
Oh, I thought I was all muted.
Oh no,
Sorry.
I thought Ant was like adding like a sound effect to Jeremy for what he was like after eating the hot sauce. So Clint and I left, and Jeremy was here by himself. We came back. He was clearly not the same as when we left, right? Like you could tell that something had transpired for Jeremy, and he was not, he was a different guy. And he clearly said, like, I was sweating profusely. And like, what was the reaction to because I mean, I give Jeremy all the credit in the world. That dude right there is tough as nails because
Were you not up all night? Because Clint literally,
Probably.
but I am not like, sorry, babe, I'm saying this on live. Like,
Clint Koppel, ladies and gentlemen, he only had a tiny bit of it.
He only
Jeremy
had a
had
little
like
bit.
50 times more. It was bad.
When I
literally.
put that chip in my mouth, I could drink the hot sauce. That was how much it was in there.
Oh,
And when they left,
Oh,
it just hit me all of a sudden. I don't know what happened, but my stomach got a sharp pain. Then I started sweating. My vision got all colorful. I didn't know what I was doing. I had to take my hat off, went to the bathroom, didn't know if I needed
I had to take my hat
pee. I was like, oh my
for
God.
real. Like that stuff is legit.
off.
I still say I had Lee Haight. Lee Haight said he was going to eat the sauce for $500, and I had a bottle of it sent to him. So I don't know if he's received it or not, but we shall see. Everybody that ate it yesterday pretty much could not pour it on scrambled eggs and eat it. I promise. And it's got to be a meal to get the 500. It can't be like a tiny drop. Like it has to be like 10 times what Jeremy's was.
If you put it on
I don't know a
takeaway,
human being that could do it.
Ooh,
Oh,
I'm gonna burn you twice.
I don't know a human being on this earth that could eat that. Like, props to Thump. It has the best buffalo wing sauce on the face of the planet that is like absolutely amazing. All the other ones are great. The only two I don't like are the dark ones, which is Calfu and then the fiery cayenne. Like, I'm not a fan of the super hot stuff, but all the rest of the 9 flavors of Thump, first class, right?
Yep.
first class.
Yep. So that's pretty cool. The conference that you're going to be at, you mentioned there's other speakers involved, a whole like world class assortment of speakers. Anybody in particular that you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, Paul Reed is speaking. I've heard him before, and he is really good. And he also is connected with Roofers in Recovery. So there'll be a gala the last night for the Roofers in Recovery organization. They're actually, him and his wife Kimberly are doing so many amazing things. They have quite a few like rehab facilities in progress in Denver. Or in Colorado. I think it's in Denver, but it's really, really cool to see what they're doing to help out people. And let's see who else. Brett Block, I've heard him speak. He spoke at the last conference that Clint spoke at. He's really intelligent when it comes to like commercial and having a lot of really good tips. There are previous NFL players. Okay, I don't want to get the names wrong, so I am going to pull that up.
Nice.
Because they aren't from my teams. So
Just out of curiosity, it's football season. Who's Leann's favorite team?
Packers.
Yep.
Packers.
I knew that. And I'll tell you a story real quick. Jeremy's a Cowboys fan. I went to a Cowboys game one time with
America's
Mike Code
team.
and Rodney Lawson. And it was also with Mikey Code and with Reese Lawson, but they were much younger. This was like before I ever even met you guys. I went to this Cowboys game with Mike Code and Rodney, right? And it was the Packers against the Cowboys. And everybody there obviously is a Cowboys fan. And I was kind of neutral because I grew up in Ohio. I was like more of an Ohio State Buckeye fan than anything. So kind of neutral, but you could clearly see a bias towards the Cowboys in their home stadium. And the Cowboys were winning the game all the way to the very end. Like 1 minute to go in the game, and all of a sudden it was Aaron Rodgers, and he threw it like 3 times for the whole length of the field, and they took the lead with like 3 seconds to go, and they won. And it was just like, dude, how in the world? Like 1 minute earlier, everybody was like so pumped. That was the craziest game I've ever been to.
Aaron Rodgers is the man. And Brett Favre was as well. I was a Viking fan for one season.
Wow.
I did switch over because I did like my Brett. But I mean, Aaron, he took over the legacy, and I think he's been doing a great job. I mean,
yeah, that was a game. As soon as I mentioned it, Jeremy's face got all dismayed and like
I felt like I ate that hot sauce all over again.
that's some good stuff. Yeah, I wish that we could. I definitely suggest everybody go watch that video because it was really entertaining. Ant tried the hot sauce as well. The most fun thing about it was in Ant's video was Jeremy's reaction because that's when it started hitting Jeremy when Ant was filming his, and it was stellar.
So maybe you guys know who these people are.
Let's see.
Because is it bad? I'm not. gosh, I won't. I know these people.
Eh.
So Mark Schlereth.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
He's
Mark
the-
Schlereth, he's
He's a-
ESPN.
SCHLERETH.
Yeah, he used to play for the Denver Broncos too.
Yep. Back in the day.
There you go.
That's his
There
affiliation
you
for
go.
sure.
And then another former NFL player, Kari Willis. Kari Willis.
I don't know who that is.
KariWillis.
Yeah, I'm not a huge NFL fan. I would probably guess Denver Broncos.
Yeah, maybe 'cause
Probably.
they're gonna be there.
Yeah.
And then another Victor. He's not NFL. He's considered the good boss. He has a really big TikTok following, and I actually follow him, and it's pretty cool. He just literally shares videos of him spoiling his crew, his team members, like really showing his appreciation. And like people will comment and say, oh, get them this or buy them lunch or get them this type of lunch, and he'll go out and do it and then film the video. So he has gotten a pretty good following.
This guy's called the Good Boss.
Yes. So check him out.
We should create one of those, and we should have it for Clint. And Clint can be like Mr. Better Boss or something like that. And like people can request him to do nice stuff for all of us, and he'll just have to do it on camera. It'll be amazing.
I thought you were going to say Mr. Clean at first.
No, definitely Mr. Better Boss. We're going after that market. You know, if that dude's viral, we could definitely make Clint famous. And like in the process, that'll be the character. They'll be like, Clint, you know, like we just need to go golfing or something, bud. And like next thing you know, we're all going golfing with Clint. And I think that's a character we should definitely look into.
I could see Clint doing like an undercover boss with all the all the
oh my
costumes you
gosh.
guys have. That'd be hilarious.
Undercover boss with some K-socialized media. He comes in dressed like Mario or something. Like, dude, Clint, what are you doing? Like, how'd you know it was me? That'd be awesome.
Come in with hair.
Oh, see, like you can become a totally different person on that stage. I think like I've had that giant like curly hair thing, Santa Claus a few times.
Yeah.
I think we did yoga. I don't remember what I was when we did yoga, but I know like.
Were you the Grinch or were you?
I believe I was the Grinch because I think JoJo and Clint were like, I don't remember what I was.
Yeah, one was Santa,
what I
one
was.
the Grinch, and I think one was like the elf or something. And then I think it was you, and then you guys did yoga, and the Grinch was screaming like. Ah!
I feel like that was me. I think I was the Grinch. I don't know. Where can fans find these wonderful videos, Leann? Because I think they're absolute treasures, and I think the more people should see them because they're hilarious. So where do our fans go to see these funny ass videos?
You go to Rio Blanco to any of the pages, any of them, and you just click on the videos link at the tab at the top of the page, and it'll take you to all the videos, also ASAP Roofing and K Socialized Media. Just click the videos tab. You can scroll down, see all the epic content we have made. And it is pretty epic. I think the Mario and Luigi was legit. The beating up the printer, that's still one of my all-time favorites. Copying the office scene, that I was like, that fulfilled me so much.
It's funny when you see it though, because K Socialized Media was just kind of starting like at the same time as Rio Blanco, right? And like we kind of started doing the social media at the same exact time, and you can see how much it's evolved from then to now. Like that's crazy, right? In 3.5 years, it's gone to like feature films and stuff. Like I think that's the most amazing thing ever. And like, are you guys still taking on more clients? What's everything looking like? Are y'all like pretty full?
We are. We're taking on more clients. We offer full service packages where we kind of manage your whole entire social media platform pages, just depending, because we have branched out from not only doing the roofing industry, we're branching out to multiple industries. And so we have that. We have a certification program where they can go through and learn everything and be mentored by us and receive a certificate. And then I have some other stuff in the works. I have another retreat that we're planning, and that's going to be exciting. I'm hoping to get it all booked up soon. And then I also have a workshop that I am putting together, and it's going to be called Social Media 101, and where it's just a 2-day certification workshop. First day is for beginners, second day is for advanced, and if you go to both, you get a certificate at the end. And it's going to be, I like experiences. So it's going to be an experience when you go. You're not just going to sit and learn. It's going to be a lot of Instagrammable stuff, I guess.
We had a swimming pool that was shaped like a pool table. We had a life-size checker or Connect 4 thing. We had dartboards that were like 15 feet tall. So definitely an experience every time you roll with K Socialized Media. No doubt about that.
Yes, that's the point. That's the point. You gotta make memories and enjoy life. That's what I want to do. That's all I want to do.
Yep. And that's what makes our job so much fun, because that's what we actually do, right? And having the ability to do that stuff and just have fun for a living is like probably the coolest thing. And I think people probably are envious that don't feel the same way about it. Or that's like when people start trying to be kind of a little bit negative towards you, and bring you back down, but can't do it. We're doing awesome. You just did 75 hard, and you're going to finish that tomorrow. Like, I don't know anybody else that's done it. That's the coolest thing ever. I was actually at the main office. Was that this week or last week? And we were all sitting in this room, right? And I'm looking at those pictures, and the comment that I made was, those pictures were from 2 years ago, and every single one of us could like beat the living crap out of the 2 year ago version of us. And it's insane when you look at how much like every single person has completely changed. I go to ASAP on, I guess, Tuesday, like at like 7 a.m, right? And I get there and the garage door is wide open, and I pull up and I hear JoJo, and he's like screaming, like going off, dude, like, you got it, like 75, whatever. I don't even know. Full send. He's like yelling all this stuff. And I'm like, man, okay, let's see what's going on over here. So I walk over. There's like a full, like, Planet Fitness type gym with like every machine, like pull downs and this stuff and like everything.
Wait, you need to tell him the best part of that story. Who was he yelling at, and what did he say? Because that was epic.
I'm getting to that. Yeah. So that's why I brought the Planet Fitness into it. Right. So I walk around the corner, and I don't know who to expect. Right. I know JoJo's there because I can hear him, and he's like going off. I'm thinking, any number of people, but it was Jim Wallace, who works for ASAP. And Jim's a character, right? I love him. Every time you see him at like the retreat, he's like kind of smoking a cigar or whatever, just having a drink. And he's like really a cool guy to talk with.
In his 70s.
But he wasn't who I expected to see at the gym that day, right? Like I wasn't expecting it to be him. When I walked around the corner, I was like, oh man. And Jim was like all jacked up. He had like a sleeveless shirt on, and he had a like an elbow brace, and he was doing the thing. And I'm just like, 7 o'clock in the morning, man, and JoJo and Jim are in there, and he said something about it's not Planet Fitness. We're gonna judge. It was like complete opposite of Planet Fitness. Like, we judge people here, and we yell like, and you could clearly see that JoJo was like, he would be a great personal trainer, I promise, because he was like motivating everybody. I come around the corner, and they've got a giant flag, and it's got JoJo and Abram and Keegan, and it's got their faces on like these jacked up like huge like muscle builder bodies, and it's up on the thing, and it's like, who else has that, right?
Yeah, Average Joe's Gym. I even have a costume from that movie to do skit in there. I'm not lying. I am not lying.
We got Chris Carpenter, Average Joe's Gym. I bet Chris has been there too. Chris is looking like he'd been pretty buff too. He'd been like doing some push-ups and stuff the last time I saw him. So
he got an Apple Watch, and he's been like active, and because he, edits all day, and he's on a computer at a desk all the time. So he just needed to get his body moving, and he's been getting it lately. I've been super proud of him.
So you have the same Apple, Jeremy does. Dude, this thing right here, I'm not kidding you. This, like, Jeremy's the one that recommended me to get one. I had an Apple Watch like a long time ago, but I never wore a watch before. I got this one like 2 years ago, and like, I love it
changer.
because it tells you it's like you need to stand up, you need to go like
Yes.
do a 12-minute walk. And I'm like, all right, shit, I'll go do a 12-minute walk, just so at the end of the 12, it's like good boy, patting you on the head.
What?
This thing works though. I'm not lying. The other day I told you, Leanne, that I was gonna do it, but I did do a half marathon on Saturday.
Yes.
Like I just woke up on Saturday morning and was like, let's go. And my feet still have giant blisters on them. It was a horrible experience, but I did it.
You did it. You accomplished a goal.
Never would have thought. Jeremy was playing world-class tennis against his brother, Darren, who had a birthday just yesterday, right?
On the 6th, yeah.
Yep. He's in Vegas having a good old time with the Raiders. So
Yep.
he's been playing world-class tennis, and he's a world-class DJ. I've seen his skills in action. He's definitely the most muscle-bound of the DJ industry. So it's what we do. ASAP and Rio. We do our thing. At that event, I was at the gym and I walked into Jocko Willink, and it was just me and him in the gym. That's a Leeann Koppel production right there, because I promise I would not have been in that scenario had it not been for you and the arrangements that you had made for us. So appreciate that again.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would have
Anyways,
been intimidated if I walked in the gym and he was in there. I would have turned around and just done my workout in my room.
but you know what? It was weird because I kind of knew, because like on the Facebook, the dude like every morning puts a picture of his watch and it's like 4:30. And so I was like, all right, that's 5:30 here. So if I just get there at like 5:15 or so, kind of already there doing my thing. And it worked out that way. Like the second day, I was just like, worked out in the gym with just the Navy SEAL. And at that thing, we got to meet Ed Milet too, right, Leanne? I mean, you got to like hang out with Ed Milet for a minute too, right? Like
We did. We ran into him 3 times and we got to chat it up with him. I'm actually excited because so him and Andy Frisella have Arate Syndicate, and they have a live event conference coming up in November that Clint and I are going to. So I'm going to see him for the second time this year. I'm really excited. I like what he puts out there. I like what he does. I like the interviews he does. And the book that he came out with, his book is it's so good. I'm going to read it again and dive in. It's
I
so
have the audio version too. I play it here at the office, like during the day, just kind of have it on. And you're right. And that was cool because at RoofCon, again, another Leeann Koppel production, did we have lunch with Ed Milet or was it dinner? I don't remember. But one of the days was John Maxwell and the other day was Ed Milet. And
yeah, it was lunch. And we
were like 10 feet away from him, right? Like
he could have spit on us.
he tried to. I saw him try, but it was like he missed, thankfully, and it was kind of good. But yeah,
It was like saliva me.
it's crazy. It's crazy how that stuff works, though. And again, that's all because of the culture and the environment that you guys have created with our entire like companies that merge together and like have a good time. I could not be more thankful. Clint was here yesterday, and same thing. I told him, I appreciate that. That dude drove 5.5 hours. He was here until, I don't know, 8 o'clock. And then he had to drive all the way home 5.5 hours. And it was like, do the math on that. Yeah. And that's booking, because that's a long drive. So much respect for that, to come down and, have some words with our guys and kind of show everybody what's going on and go through our game plan. It was pretty awesome, I thought, but it did kind of suck that I was just starting the Keepin It Rio and I had to be like, Clint, give me a minute, buddy.
It's okay. It all happens for a reason. He got to have some time with the team. So
yeah. And that was cool. I think everybody enjoyed that. I know Ant did. And I think we got a pretty good plan for Rio Blanco. We've got some cool stuff that we're working on. We got some really nice, like big time projects coming. And
yeah, one of our guys got a deal today. So
yeah, our new salesman, Adam, that's correct. He's got a new roof that we're going to be doing in Jordanton or Jordantown? Jordanton, Texas, which it's just 45 minutes from here. Look, check out Ant. He's currently, that is the best thing ever because he's got like everything perfect.
Ant looks like a bouncer right now. Like you can't.
That's the Eric Schugel right there. That is the Eric Schugel move. And Eric was going to do the same thing last week. And Ant That is funny. It's distracting though. It's like,
I
come
know.
on, bro. Come on, buddy.
Looks like he's
What you
ready to
doing?
ask you for your ID.
Yeah, he's gonna ask me if I have that money that I owe him.
Huh.
And then he pops back in. That's Ant. He's got some pretty cool social media stuff that we do too with him because of his DJ. He like gets to promote Rio Blanco, which is a pretty unique avenue, right?
Yes.
Yep. I'm trying to talk to Ant, but he's not like he's doing that.
He's trying to go.
It's all right. It's fun to watch though, you know. When I go back and watch it and do the little clips, this will be one of the funny ones where it's like he keeps like disappearing and coming back.
He's doing it on purpose.
I think so.
It was doing the pinwheel.
I know. That pinwheel's pretty impressive though. That's a good graphic that we got for Keeping It Rio. It took 85 episodes to come up with that genius, but Ant did it. He certainly did. I think we're gonna have some new sound effects, which I forgot to do.
Yeah.
When I was gonna be like, ladies and gentlemen, our special guest today is the queen of social media branding. I'd like to welcome to the show, Mrs. Leeann Koppel, and I was supposed to be like, but I didn't. I forgot to do it. I apologize. But that's the standing ovation. That's what you're going to get in Denver next week. The standing ovation. That's the prelude to the big thing. So
that's right.
We appreciate it. Leeann, what else? Anything that you'd like to cover with K Socialize? Anything you'd like to mention to anybody? We're about to call it a day here on Keeping It Rio.
Yeah, I'm excited for the things to come. I am for everyone all around. It's not just K Social, it's Rio, it's ASAP, it's solar, we are ending this year with a bang. Within the roofing industry, this is going into the slow season. But for us, I feel the energy from everyone. And I just know like it's going to be an epic end to this year. And it's been crazy the last couple years. So I just feel like all the hard work that we have all done, because it wouldn't work without every person doing their part. I think it's all going to pay off. And so I'm just really excited. I'm really, really excited.
Yep. That's the energy. And that's so big for the entire company. And that's why we are all happy and loving what we do, because we all have that positive vibe going and we all know that we're going to win. So that's pretty awesome. Jeremy, anything you'd like to say to end the program, Keeping It Rio, episode number 86?
Not really. Keeping it real, I guess. I mean,
I do like to mention Jeremy's wearing a Scotch Guard Atlas Rio Blanco green shirt, which is pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. And that's going to be Stan Bastek, the vice president of marketing and sales for Atlas, will be a guest on Keeping It Rio tomorrow. So I'm not going to lie, Keeping It Rio is getting some pretty good guests here lately. But today we got the 5-star headliner of all time, Leeann. And anything you'd like to say to end the broadcast today, my friend?
Rio Blanco is making a name for itself in San Antonio. So even though it's been 86 episodes, what you said?
86 episodes 86? Of Keeping It Rio. Yeah. And I will say this, the one that we just released on Tuesday, we are taking over. The one that I released on Tuesday has already got like over 1,000 views in like one day. So thank you, fans, for watching Keeping It Rio. We appreciate that big time. We got a lot of them that are now in the 4 and somewhat close to beyond range. So that's pretty awesome. And Keeping It Rio started because of Leeann as well, because of the idea to do the social media going live thing. And look at what it evolved into. Who would have guessed?
Hey, I'm glad something came out of that idea.
It's something badass. I'll tell you, it's been the coolest thing ever. We got hot sauce, we got Mike Code, we got socialized media, we got marketing, we got YouTube, we got everything going on. We got Chris Carpenter getting love from everybody in the industry. I sent him the little clip of the sales evangelist. And I know that had to be like the coolest thing because that was a big time major guest. So I appreciate you guys because every single episode of Keeping It Rio has K Socialized Media up on the top right hand corner, and it always will because of the impact that you guys do for us. So appreciate that. everybody, check it out. We got Chris. He's pumped as well. That's pretty much what Chris looks like now. I'm actually afraid of him. So kudos to you, Chris. Everybody that's doing good.
Oh, my watch said time to stand.
Mine
There
too.
you go. And I'm getting ready to call it right now. Mine just said the same exact thing. That's
That is
pretty good. So
funny.
it is time, ladies and gentlemen, to say goodbye for this week on Keeping It Rio. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Leeann, for taking time to be here. And we look forward to seeing you next week in Denver. You're going to absolutely kill it. And I know we're looking forward to seeing on Monday, too. So congratulations for everything. You're awesome. And we appreciate you being here on Keeping It Rio.
Thank you.
Adios, everybody.